Oh, you're not going to count us in?
Oh my God, I didn't know what to do.
Hello,
Hello,
and welcome to...
the Movie Girls with me, Teal, and my best friend, Tiff. Amazing. I wasn't sure where that was going to go, and I'm happy with the journey and the destination. All of it is great.
It's the climb.
My goodness. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to our day.
Let me tell you about our day.
Yeah.
We went to the cat cafe.
I almost forgot.
And we spent our morning playing with kittens. Or rather,
They played on
us.
We were a jungle gym for two kittens who just basically squeezed through all spaces that were near us. Like I had my legs on the ground. We were sitting on the ground. And they were crawling through all of my thigh, which was flat. And then they side climbed around Tiff's back. And
Tiny little needle claws into my back, all around to my thighs.
They were
with like a
adorable.
crowd watching us because it was real cute. But
It was so cute.
It was great. You can't be in a bad mood and be covered by kittens.
Kittens.
Try
They're
it.
just Kittens. It's amazing. Yeah, if you haven't been to the cafe?
Cafe?
The cat cafe in Vancouver.
Cafe, you say?
It's amazing. You get a coffee and then you go play with cats for an hour.
It's great. I literally go every month.
I haven't been in a few
And I
months.
drag Teal or my boyfriend with me, and it's always great. It's always
really
a good time.
fun.
But that was the first time I've had the kittens just because kittens are just usually just doing their own thing. Like, fuck you, I don't pet me. I'm here to play.
Yeah.
But they were just all
we went
over
by
us.
ourselves, and all of a sudden they were there, and they just wouldn't
leave us
could
alone.
not get off of us.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And even when we went to the other side of the cafe and two little girls took over, they still ran back to us.
They like to climb on our legs.
Man,
It
so
was
yeah,
amazing.
it was a good morning. I'm feeling quite lighthearted now. We should start our way like that every week.
Sounds great.
Is that okay?
Can we have a standing reservation at the cafe,
Oh my
please?
gosh. I'm gonna look into that.
We just had a mind-blowing moment here. We realized we could have a standing reservation at the
Oh
cafe.
man, great
and
morning.
play with kittens every Wednesday.
I'm so relaxed.
Those kitties.
Kittens. All right.
Anyway, the movie this week, Yellow. So
Yellow.
this is my pick. I thought of it while we were watching Obvious Child last week that had Gabby Hoffman, and I love her. And I remembered how much I love the movie Strike. Or All I Want to Do, if it was released in the States 2 years later.
Or The Hairy Bird, as was released in Australia, which was supposed to be the name. Yeah, that was supposed to be the title, but I guess everyone pitched it fit over the hairy bird because that's a euphemism for penis.
Yeah.
But Australia was like, we don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. So that's the name in Australia. In Canada and the UK, it's Strike, exclamation point.
Yeah.
And in America, it's All I Want to Do, which it's kind of bizarre.
I've had the Harry Bird song stuck in my head all day.
The Hairy Bird song? I don't remember it.
Yeah, when we get into fun facts.
I'm stoked.
There's a song.
Teal told me, she's like, this is the movie I want to do. It's Strike. And I was like, staring at her blankly, like, I don't know what that is. And then I Googled it and I was like, holy shit. Like, yes, I watched this movie so many times when I was 13 years old in 1997, 1998. Like, we watched it at every sleepover we ever had because it was just like such a great movie for that.
I don't think I watched with my friends much, but I would watch it actually on repeat sometimes. Like I'd watch it in an afternoon, and then I'd be like, I really like that. I could watch that again, and then I would watch it again because I'd rent it from the little video store a couple blocks from my house.
Yeah,
and I would just watch it over.
That's
and
amazing.
Over. I love this movie. I haven't watched it in years.
No, do you want to hear something gross?
See. Yes,
I haven't watched it in 20 years, so that's why it took me a minute. And I know like as I'm watching it, a lot of it's gonna come back to me, and I didn't even write a lot of notes because I'm like, I just want to like experience this again because it's been so freaking long, and I'm so excited because I love this movie.
I think I watched it within the last 5 or 10 because I think it was on either Netflix or Movie Central or it was something on one of the movie things we watched, we subscribed to or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think I watched it within the last 5 to 10
That's exciting.
years.
I doubt it was. I feel like I would know if it was Netflix.
Oh, oops.
Oh dear.
What that was.
So tell us about the movie for those who haven't seen it.
So this movie is from 1998. Couldn't find any information on the budget, but it grossed over $913,000 worldwide.
Oh shit!
So it was released in 98 in Canada and Seattle, which I think is hilarious.
That is hilarious.
And then 2 years later, they tried it in the American market, and that's when they changed the name. They also, the All I Want to Do version is a little bit tamer than the Strike version. They cut a lot of the dialogue out, but a lot of it with all the sexual references and stuff. And there's a dance scene, and I guess one of them, there's the girls, grinding up all nice on this boy, and then as she walks away, she like hands him a napkin because he, you know, went up in his pants. But they cut that out, but you can see her hand the napkin, but they don't really quite know what it is.
Right.
But yeah, apparently that's, I'm curious if the version we have is the uncensored, is the strike version and not the All I Want to Do version.
Yeah.
Which I never knew.
Interesting.
And then,
so I would have seen the strike version probably, right?
Probably. Okay. I think I saw the strike version too.
Because I feel like, I remember it being called Strike. Maybe? Yeah. I don't know.
Mine was called Strike. And then I went to find it a couple years later or something because I thought of it and I couldn't. And then I found it under All I Want to Do. And I'm like, oh,
so funny. So like maybe just, I mean, not that this is their fault, obviously. Like, the market is what the market is, but maybe just try to give your movie a single name.
Mm-hmm. They've done that before because we watched one of mine and Joel's actually like our favorite movies to watch. Like it's not like an amazing movie, but we like to watch it every so often. Is Edge of Tomorrow?
Yeah,
which is also now called Live Die Repeat.
What?
That's the one with Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt.
Yeah, I love that movie,
It's
but
so
I've never heard that title.
It's called Live Die Repeat. Even I'll show you the case. We have it. It's called Edge of Tomorrow when it came into theaters, and they released it on, and they re-released the theaters.
So why is that?
I don't know why, but I think it didn't do well, so they tried releasing it again with a different name or something.
That's so stupid. Or is one like the working title?
Yeah. So like Live Die Repeat was like the tagline, but I think they tried to make it into the title.
Yeah,
so the movie case, even like on the side of it, like on the spine, it says Live Die Repeat in big letters, but then in between it says Edge of Tomorrow. It's really weird.
Maybe it's like a legal thing too.
Oh,
hey,
maybe.
Fuck, yeah. I don't know.
I actually love that movie.
That movie is actually
it's
so
great.
good. And they're doing a prequel, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's great because you're so used to Tom Cruise being Tom Cruise, and he's actually a shitty fucking douche, like coward idiot in this movie, and has to like
he's
become
not
better.
Necessarily the hero.
No, and he always is.
Yeah.
And he's like kind of a piece of shit in this
movie. Oh yeah, this movie's great.
I love it.
I usually like hate Groundhog Day type movies. Like I try to stay away from that because I'm just like, fuck, I don't need to watch the same thing. Like it's so boring, but this movie just does it in the most entertaining, incredible way that I love this movie. It's great.
Emily Blunt is just
kick ass.
She is amazing.
She's amazing. So I think the prequel is going to be like her story. You know what happened to her.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's a whole thing.
Yeah. Well, look it up after and see if this is actually a thing and it's coming out. Because how disappointing if they're like, no, we decided to abandon the project.
Yeah. Because we love that movie.
It's so good. Anyway,
we're not watching that. We're watching Strike. But yeah, 1998 is when it came out. Director is Sarah. I don't know how to say her name. Kernochan. Kernochan.
Yeah, we'll look it up. I think I was reading in my head as like Kernochan, but that sounds also who fucking knows.
Also written by her. I'm gonna go into her later. She is a cool lady.
She's really cool.
Impressive. Yeah. We'll do that afterwards because I could just go on for a while.
Well, that's the thing. So many of these movies, like I actually do want to kind of go into deep shit on the directors, but I don't always have the time to necessarily do the research or fit it into this
most
podcast.
Of mine. I have like this whole page is just her.
Oh, that's awesome. So I have nothing written down.
I couldn't find much for trivia for this one, like just in IMDb where I start with.
Yeah.
But I looked at her and I was like, this woman's impressive. How the fuck do we not know who she is?
She's a cool lady and she's still doing shit. Cool. So yeah, we'll definitely get into it.
It stars Kirsten Dunst, Gabby Hoffman, Lynn Redgrave, Rachel Lee Cook, Monica Keena, and Heather Matarazzo. She's one of those, you know exactly who she is.
You know exactly who she is.
You just never know her name. The premise is that, actually, the storyline, which kind of makes me laugh, that I wrote it down verbatim because it was stupid and full of exclamation marks. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. If there's one thing this wild group of friends at an all-girls high school has learned, it's how to get what they want.
Ew.
So when word leaks out that their high school is about to merge with an all-boys academy, some of the students strike back, devising a hilarious scheme to sabotage the plan to get ready for a side-splitting lesson in laughter as the girls wage an all-out assault in an outrageous battle of the sexes.
Ew. Who wrote that?
I don't know. It was on IMDb and it made me laugh. Like, this is stupid. And it was funny. Basically, a bunch of girls at an all-girls school. Some boys are going to also be there, and they're like, fuck that shit, and they try to sabotage stuff. And it's also just hilarious.
Yeah.
One of the girls is also, her whole plan in life is to lose her virginity. So they help her with that, too. It's great. Maybe does it succeed? Does it not? I don't know. Have to watch and find out. Tiffy, cocktail. What'd you make?
Well, taking what you said about a girl's whole thing is to lose her virginity. I was originally going to do a virgin cocktail, but then I was like, fuck, that's no fun. So instead I remembered I had this like recovered memory through my research about how they like spiked punch at their prom or whatever it is they have. I don't know. It's been 20 years
Thing,
since I've seen it. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to do a spike punch. So just like
punch.
put a whole bottle of ginger ale in a pitcher, added, I didn't measure any of this out because, you know, you're a teenager, you're not measuring shit out, you're just throwing it into a cup and drinking it. So
that's before anyone notices.
We did ginger ale, a whole bunch of ginger ale, a whole bunch of orange juice, some orange strawberries and cherries, and then I put in some Di Serono, some cherry whiskey, some rum, and some more rum. Some coconut rum and some apple
Which
cinnamon
sounds
rum.
great, because you can't make it taste too much like alcohol, because then the teachers will pull it away. But you still want to get your drunk on because you're 16. And
yeah, you just dump in what you have, right? Everything from the liquor cabinet just goes in there. That's how you drink the first time. And I really wanted this to be the really pretty like pink color, but then after I added all the alcohols, it's kind of more of a.
It looks just like punch, though.
It does look like punch. It is punch.
Looks exactly like punch. I love it.
So we're having some spiked prom punch.
Oh, spiked prom punch.
Yeah, I actually had a really cute name for it, but I forget.
I
but
like
it might come
spiked
back to
prom
me.
punch.
That'll be the working title.
Working
title. And maybe I'll change the name on everybody without actually telling anyone. So cheers to the 60s and being a girl at a girls' school. I don't know. Where were you going with that?
Cheers to being a kitten apparatus.
A kitten jungle gym.
Kitten jungle gym. Okay, that's delicious.
It's really good. You can't go wrong with punch because you can throw anything you want into a pitcher. All the things that's in your fridge, and it's going to be delicious. You just need something fizzy and something sweet and something alcoholic.
That's why whenever we have some sort of house party or gathering, I always make my punch because my punch is delicious. It's my granny's recipe. This is not it because this is not my cocktail, and it's too complicated. There's too many things involved for a small batch.
Yeah, I didn't want to do anything complicated.
No,
I was just fucking all I need is some ginger ale and some alcohol.
And it's great because it doesn't taste like alcohol and you get shit-faced and don't even know.
That's the thing.
Everyone gets drunk off Teal's punch.
Oh, I got super drunk off your punch last New Year's. I don't even think I had that much, but I was fucking like I haven't been that drunk in a while, and I was even hungover the next day. Like I don't really get hungover anymore, but
you gotta be careful on
that hit me hard. So this will be fun. We're gonna have a good time. We have a whole pitcher of punch over there because I had to make like an entire pitcher, even though there's just the two of us. I was like, well, I gotta make a punch.
How do you make a glass of punch?
You don't. A punch is a bowl, usually, or a pitcher of punch.
Yeah. And it's not punch if it doesn't punch you in the face with alcohol.
That's so right. This is really good.
It's so good. Good call, Tiff. Okay, we're gonna go. See you later. Bye. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello. What did you think of Strike?
Oh, I liked it.
You liked it?
Oh, I liked it. I had goosebumps for like the entire second half of the movie. Yeah. Because usually when you watch these types of movies, let's take Mona Lisa Smile for comparison, set in the same time period. It was a girls' school, older girls. Kirsten Dunst was also there.
Yeah. And
we talked about how like the characters came off as really like one-dimensional. And here, like, these are fully fleshed out girls that are really interesting characters to watch. And they're flawed and they're real and they can change their minds about things and that's okay. And they're just like fun girls. And the headmistress, what's her name? Do you know?
Miss, I wrote it down. Miss McVeigh.
Is amazing because usually like they portray the headmaster, the headmistress as like this kind of stuck up, I don't know, like unwielding person
who just humors and patronizes
who seems to hate
them.
The children. And she's like the ultimate feminist character of this movie. Like she is this standout character that wants these girls to be independent and she just wants the best for them, and she's so proud of them for rebelling.
So proud. Yeah, she was amazing. To have someone who actually knows how things are, because she knew as soon as the girls went to that school that would be it for them. Right. They would be housewives and that would be the only thing that they would accomplish with themselves. Because, like she said there, that if they go to this boys' school, they're going to be second at best forever. Like the one Momo who is brilliant and wants to get into MIT, that was her thing, is one of the counselors was helping her get into MIT, and she knew instantly that if she goes to a boys' school, there's no fucking way she was gonna get in. Because there's a bunch of guys applying from the same school and her.
Yeah, she
they're
would
not
be
taking
overlooked.
her.
They're going to take the boys.
But you have one girl or one or two girls from a school that are applying with the grades, that have the grades. Yeah, they'll probably consider it. She still will have a hard time getting in, but she is the top graded student applying for MIT. Like, that's amazing. But you're nothing compared to the boys' school. They could even have a lower GPA and it wouldn't even matter.
Because they want the boys, like they said, the boys are the leaders.
Yeah. It's amazing how because I forgot about this movie, and even when I watched it the first time, like 60% of this shit went right over my head.
Oh yeah, all the sexual stuff.
Definitely the sexual
that you didn't
stuff.
understand.
You knew it was something sexual, but you never really had sex. So you don't really know exactly what it is. But yeah, but even all the feminist stuff and what the world was like for women in that age, what it's like now, which is exactly what we're all about.
Yeah.
And what we love most about female movies.
I got it.
Just got a sticker off a pen.
I had to do it.
It's fine.
I started
you do.
it. I couldn't stop.
I get it. Yeah, it was kind of refreshing. This is from 98. And I don't know about you. I guess maybe because this has been such a just like self-discovery in the last like 2-3 years, this whole feminist thing and what our world
for
is
us,
like.
our personal,
not for the
feminism
world.
itself.
No, God, yes, yeah.
It's a relatively new concept, this feminism thing. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Do you know how to spell it? I can send it to you. I'll send you a link. But just knowing what that means for me in my life, and it just that it was so prevalent and it existed in 98. But also back in the 60s. Like, it's always been around. I think it's the whole internet thing. I just sound so old-fashioned. With the internet these days and these kids. But we can see and read about so much more stuff that we never really knew about. Like, how do you have a movement when nobody knows about it? Like, you can't have massive women's marches and things like that. And
yeah, you can't organize.
You can't. And women don't come forward for sexual assault things back in the days because they thought they were the only one. But now it's like, no, you're probably one of like 10, 20, 30, whatever. And then it's like, oh, I can come forward. There's a whole many of me and there's power in numbers. But you wouldn't have had that before. You need the exposure that the internet has now and what social media plays a part in.
Yeah.
And it's probably why it's such a huge thing now. But it's been happening. This movement is not a movement. It is a thing that's been around for, 50 years, 60 years? Forever? All of the years?
Yeah.
We just know, or at least I feel like I know more about it now.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this is a fucking great movie.
Oh my gosh, speaking of the internet, there's this one scene where the boys of St. Ambrose School are trying to like figure out which girl has the biggest tits. And they're like making a bet that whichever boy gets paired up with the girl with the biggest tits gets this pot of money that they've all put together, and they end up. And so this movie was filmed in probably 97, and they take a picture of a girl, and it's just kind of funny, like, not funny, sad, that this is something that we're so scared of these days, having nudes shared of you online or what have you, and that it's just kind of funny to see this then when that wasn't even like a blip on their radar. Like, yes, you can have your nudes taken then as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it's still a fear now, just on a bigger scale.
Yeah,
it's an escalated scale.
It was just weird watching that and be like, oh my god, like that's something that everybody can relate to on a different scale now for sure, but that you didn't even think about back then. That these men could still do to you.
That's the stuff that ruins lives now. Because if we pretend this was real and that was 1963 and someone took a shot of her bare chest like that with a guy behind her, like that woman, what is it, 50 years later now? So she's like, what, 70, 65, 66 now? I mean, if she's running for some sort of office or something big, if she became what she wanted to be and she's a child psychologist now, the character.
Right.
So, I mean, can you imagine if a shot of that Polaroid or whatever surfaced of her half naked with a boy at 16? Like, that stuff is career ruining and she never had a choice in that.
Yeah.
And that's like, you'd actually have the physical picture, whereas now it goes on the internet and it's never gone. It's just never, ever gone. Like, that stuff will follow you forever. And it's just some game to those boys. And it's a life-ruining, life-changing thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard to watch that now. And, like, I've been... God, I don't want to say lucky because what a stupid fucking thing that you have to say. But I haven't really had a lot of stuff like that happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not like little things, small, you know, but nothing, no event that I can think of necessarily that's like that, which is, oddly, I'm a rare one, which again is super fucked, that I have a rare thing that I've not been fucking sexually assaulted or whatever, harassed. It's shocking. But it's just a joke to these guys. Like, it's just...
Oh, yeah, there's no consequences for
No,
them.
it's no thing. It's no fucking thing. And it's huge for us. Anyway.
I'm sorry. That was a depressing...
Yeah, shit, sorry.
Track to go on.
I read
I brought it up. I'm sorry.
No, I read a couple articles this morning. I shouldn't have because it just hurts my soul, but you have to read the things. Yeah, some 16-year-old guy somewhere in the States was... Basically, this other 16-year-old girl at a party was really drunk, and trigger warning, sexually, he rapes her from the behind while she's unconscious, and they've got photos of it, and him and his friends are sharing these pictures, and he was like, his comment when he texted it was something like, I lost my virginity, but it was a rape, does it count? And it's like, what? But this kid, they were trying to try him as an adult, and the judge said no, because he's got really good grades and they've got a lot of money and he comes from a really good school and he has a really good future and they don't want to ruin his future.
Christ, yeah, if he was like a black boy.
Can you fucking imagine?
They haven't tried for an adult guaranteed.
Yeah. And they said, well, she's not gonna, nothing really happened. The judge said it's not really rape though because there wasn't a gun involved.
What? Where was this?
I'll find it somewhere in the fucking States. I mean, it could have been in Canada, too. I'm not going to throw us off because we're just as shit people in the general, too. Everyone is shit. But
everyone is shit. Let that be the takeaway today.
Let it be that. But yeah, that the judge said no to that and didn't really want to go further because it was going to really ruin... Oh, he was an Eagle Scout and had really good grades. And it's not like there was a gun. So, but even he straight up admitted it and passed it around and said it was... He said it was rape specifically. And they're like, nah... And he I don't think he got anything. And then of course it like referenced back to the Brock Turner thing, or how he didn't get off or anything because he's a really good swimmer. So
yeah, it happened in New Jersey.
New Jersey. Yeah,
he later shared the video, said when your first time having sex was rape.
Yeah, I know.
I
Isn't that insane?
Can't.
Yeah, it was mind blowing. That was the first thing I read this morning when I got up. So I guess that was kind of on my mind today too, and then seeing that, and this was. He not just, exposed her breasts. Because that's... instantly I'm thinking of the trauma this girl is going to deal with for the rest of her life with that. Like, can you imagine the relationship she's going to have forever? But, yeah. Just like, this isn't funny anymore. Like, it's just... It's so not... Guys don't have consequences. Young guys don't have consequences. And it's... Their future is in question because they don't want to ruin their future over one little thing. But the affected party in this, the victim in this, they have to live with that forever too, except that the thing was done to them. They didn't do the thing to somebody else.
Well, yeah, and then these boys are heroes because they managed to dodge the consequences of this. You know what I mean? He's probably like a champion among his friends after this. Like, it's just disgusting.
Like, they're still going to share those around. Like, she's never going to get away from those pictures. Like, they're... Who knows how many times they're going to share the video and shit. Like, it's like you're straight up... There's evidence. There's actual video evidence. And this white rich kid gets off.
That's disgusting.
Someone just mentions that a black person may have done that. And that's it. They're in jail for the rest of their lives. Mm-hmm. And they don't even have proof. But the mention of someone or anyone that's not, upper middle class or whatever, anyone that's a little below the poverty line, that's it. That's it. Your life is over. How dare you do this just to somebody else? Just the double standards. Anyway, positive things.
Let's just go back and go visit some kittens. Go back to the cat
I love
cafe.
this movie so much. This is the one part that was like, ugh. Yeah. I'm not like mad they put it in there, I guess.
No.
It affected me more now than it ever did.
No, I think it's great that they put it in there, and I think it's just such an interesting contrast because a lot of times you'll watch these things and you're like, cool, nothing has changed. The way that we can distribute and with the way that we can share things has changed, but the shittiness of humans and what people can get away with because of their sex or because of their skin color or because of their family's money hasn't really changed at all.
Because those boys, they're the ones that are grown up and they're the ones that are judges now, letting off the new generation of boys for doing that same shit, but worse.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be fucking boys.
Anyway,
this movie is so much fun.
It's so much fun.
So much.
It's so much fun. I think, first of all, this time period is my favorite. You know when you always say to people, like, if you could go back and live in any decade, what would it be? And I always struggle because I actually love the decade that I'm in. I think it's such a great decade. But if I had to choose, for sure the 60s. What a time. What a time of, like, a revolution of, like, sexual revolution and, like, rock and roll was becoming really cool, and sex and drugs and rock and roll.
So
all the three things that
sex, drugs, rock and roll.
I'm super into. And especially watching movies like this, just about girls in the 60s, because it's such an interesting time period for them. Because the 50s, you think everything's very straight-laced and cookie-cutter, and you have a real clear picture of what you can imagine the 50s to be, right? And then the 60s where things sort of kind of started to change. Well, they started to change earlier than that, but you know what I mean? The 60s where you could really start to see the results of that change. And to watch girls in the 60s kind of be rebellious and be hormonal teenagers is like the most interesting thing to me, the most fun. How they learned about sex and how they talked to each other about it, and that they could be crass and rebellious, and sort of start to push away from the expectations, I think, that society had put upon them is like the best to watch, isn't it? Isn't it so much fun?
They're smart too.
They're so
fucking
smart.
Brilliant. These girls. Like, they're fucking brewing alcohol in their
They seem to really know who they are.
Smart. They know what they want. They know who they want to be and what they want to be. And they know how to go for it. And it's, you know, they're trying to break the mold of the picket fence, 2 kids, colonial, and a collie.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, no more little white gloves. And we don't want to be that anymore. And they know that they can be something else if they want to be. And then they start to do that. Like, this is definitely the decade. Like, this is the decade where they start, or at least we can see it. And we're sure they were there.
They can be a little more
50s,
open about it, I think, in the 60s. They're not as afraid of, I don't know, the repercussions maybe. They see that they can do these things and they can still have a life beyond that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be following in your mother's footsteps.
Yeah.
And being a housewife. You can strive for more than just that, I think, is what my vision of like the 60s is.
Yeah. Knowing that there are options for you, there are career choices.
Yeah, there's a different future than what your parents had. Like, I love it. I'm obsessed. It's so much fun.
It's so fun. Good decade to be in.
I would think, yeah.
Potentially, theoretically.
Potentially.
To look back.
Through Hollywood's lens.
Of course. Because it's always much rosier than a regular lens. Should we talk about the director?
Yeah. I think
she seems like a cool broad. I have like just a list of all of her accomplishments that were cool in the last like little bit.
Go for it.
But then I don't have a lot of things. I know you would have gone.
I've got a few things too. I have a few things. I don't have a ton.
Oh. But
so I didn't do a ton of research for this one because I was like, man, I just want to watch this movie and like just enjoy it in the moment, you know? I didn't want to like spoil too many things because there's a lot of little bits and bobs that you forget in 2 decades. And a lot of it that I didn't really remember. And the stuff that I do remember, like watching that again, if the different perspective was just so much fun.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
so many little things that I'm just like, ugh, or that are hilarious or that I didn't get before. And like, fucking boys who he just doesn't bring condoms and brings some sort of nonsense. Oh, the girl does it. No, just get a fucking condom.
And what does he bring? He brings
spermicidal lube or something.
It's
or
like the
contraceptive foam.
Yeah, like what the fuck even is that?
And then she can't get the thing on. He's like, I'll do it. And then he can't get the thing on. Like fucking mansplaining, patriarchy nonsense.
And then he's like, don't worry if you get pregnant. I'll just marry you anyway.
Yeah.
To his 16-year-old girlfriend? Oh, okay, you know what? As long as you marry me, that's fine. I'll have a kid at 16.
Great,
There's no consequences to that other than being an unmarried.
All you had to do, and then he's like, well, you don't want to anymore? She did when you had a fucking condom. Get a condom. Why are guys so against?
Yeah, because
getting
girls want
condoms?
sex just as much as boys do, but
Yeah, we just don't
we're the
want...
ones that have to be aware of the consequences.
Yeah, because we get pregnant and then we're screwed for 10 months. You're not. No one's going to have any idea.
We're screwed for years.
Well, longer than that, but visibly you can see it.
Yeah.
Whereas they don't... No one knows that you have a kid at 16 because they can't see it on you. Whereas they have to deal with it. Stupid boys and their stupidness. Just, guys... Get your fucking condoms yourself.
Get it together.
Take care of your own contraception. Like, why do we have to do it all the time?
Yeah, the amount of times that I've had to buy... Sorry, Mom. That I've had to buy the condoms for... Ugh.
Like, come on. Go take care of it. Like, don't be such idiots, you tools.
What were you going to say about the director?
Oh, yeah, the director. She seems, like, rad as hell. So, she won... an Academy Award for Best Feature Documentary at age 27, which is amazing. Then she went and recorded 2 albums as a singer-songwriter. 2 years after that, she published a novel. Then she created an original musical. In 2002, she won her second Oscar for a Best Documentary Short Film. Then she taught advanced screenwriting at Emerson College in Boston. She published a second novel, which was a mystery novel called Jane Was Here in 2011, which sounds interesting. And then in 2014, she released her third album. She's awesome. She has 2 Oscars, 2 books, 3 albums.
She's lived many lives. And the cool thing is she kind of based this movie on her experience at boarding school.
Really?
She went to an all-girls school, and she said to her friends, she's like, I'm going to write a movie about us for our daughters.
Oh.
And her school actually did go co-ed, but not while she was there. I think it happened sometime after she graduated. Mm-hmm. So she didn't necessarily deal with that directly, but I think it kind of put the idea in her head to film this.
Yeah.
Did you know a fun fact? One of her school chums was Glenn Close.
I just love it.
Do you have that? And then
school chum so nonchalantly. I did not know that her Glenn Close was her school chum. Please call everybody a chum.
Well, people were chums in the 60s, you know, in the 50s and whatever.
I love it. I'm very happy.
And Glenn Close also sang a song in the original soundtrack for this film.
Glenn Close.
Glenn Close. I just thought that
is great.
So cool.
Like I have exhausted.
Can you imagine?
Facts.
I want to see a movie specifically about like her and Glenn Close and like which character do you think was Glenn Close?
Right? Which one was her? Who was who?
Oh,
it was amazing. I love it. I love it so much. That's the best fun fact.
It's so good.
It's college chum, school chum,
school chum.
This movie had some of the most amazing, ridiculous sayings and insults. Oh, like. Well, I mean, everyone loves Up Your Ziggy with a wah-wah brush. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
And the hairy bird. None of your flopping bunnies.
None of your flopping bunnies.
That's my favorite.
She's such a likable character. What's her name?
Gabby Hoffman?
In the show.
Odette.
Odie. Odious.
Odious.
She just like doesn't give a shit what anyone thinks about her because she's so freaking off the wall. And so unapologetically herself, and then I think that just draws the other girls to her, because she could be in a position where she's in a room with these 2 very strong-willed girls, and it could have just gone downhill. But then she's just, like, ridiculous. None of your flopping bunnies. And they're like, "What? Who are you?"
Yeah. It's just brilliant. She's like, "Where did you hear that?" "I made it up." Like, amazing.
She's so cool.
It's so cool. I love all the ridiculous things they say, and it's just... They're just so smart and full of, like, gumption.
Yeah.
And I love them.
I love them.
I love, No? Shit.
Oh.
I thought you...
Flat Critters?
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at you. I thought you were, like, snapping, trying to remember something.
No.
No, you have to go like this.
Cool
Flat Critters! They're so annoying in the beginning, and then they're so fucking enduring during the school dance.
Great.
They just like infiltrate.
Yeah, they beat up the shitheads.
They break the camera with the
great.
nude picture of the girl. Oh,
yeah, they didn't even know they were saving the day, and they were saving the day.
Save the day.
It was great.
Well, boys didn't save the day, but they definitely helped it along.
Yeah, they unknowingly assisted. They were so cute. Shit. When I was like 13 or whatever, when I watched this, or 12 or something, they were dreamy.
Oh my god.
12-year-old me was
Snake was so dreamy.
And now he's like the ridiculous kind of guy on Mad Men.
He kind of looks like a dork.
Schmuck. He's actually probably my favorite character on Mad Men. I think he's a brilliant actor. I don't remember his name.
I gotta watch that.
Oh, I forgot to look for Hayden Christensen.
Fuck. Who was he?
I don't remember.
Oh, was he in St. Ambrose? Or...
Yeah, he must have been a St. Ambrose boy.
Shorts. Okay,
Shorts indeed. Yeah, we were supposed to look at that. Because apparently Hayden Christensen's in this movie before his Star Wars fame. But I can't remember...
We'll look it up after and
I mean, I guess I might have to watch it again.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, no.
Right now?
Yeah, basically as soon as you go, I'm going to watch it again. Probably.
I have a cool quote here from Sarah Kernochan?
Kernochan?
I hear the ocean. Kernochan? So, on the topic of being a female director... She said, I think people know that there's no point in calling me if you want the other kind of characters. I think she means like female characters.
Yeah.
A featureless help me character or the saint, the whore, any of the archetypes. I don't think all women are powerful, intelligent, or any of those things. I just require that female characters be very real, that they have all the dimensions that the male characters do. Which, like, that's exactly... And you see her voice so clearly in this movie.
Yeah.
Which is why we always say it's so... refreshing to watch a female director's point of view because it really does come through so strongly.
That's what we want. They don't need to be, I don't know. All we want is for female characters to have as much thought, intention, character development as the male characters. They don't, in every single movie, have to be the hero, the protagonist, everything that's amazing about them. I mean, that would be a bonus, I'm not going to lie. But just being thought out and actual characters that aren't just there for
servicing the plot.
Yeah, and servicing the male character.
Yeah.
And that's all they usually are, and they're their own people. Just treat them the same. I don't know. We just want female characters who are real, and half the time too, guys don't quite get, male directors, and they don't, it's like, we say we want a strong female character. We don't necessarily mean a physically strong female character.
Yeah, although that's fun too.
That's great. But the point, though, like, oh yeah, look at her. She's amazing. She kicks ass. Like, physically. It's like, okay, cool. But what's her name? Do we know anything about her? Or is she just some woman that happens to beat up somebody? It's like, well, that's not a strong female character. That's just a strong human being. Like, I want an actual strong character with strong opinions and conviction and character and ideas.
And imperfect.
Yeah. Just want a thought out character. That's it. That's what it means to be a strong
human?
Like, oh my god, I think that's it. You've done it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, this movie is so much more feminist than I realized. Mm-hmm. Definitely the first time around. Mm-hmm. But it's just brilliant. And yeah, Miss McVeigh, the headmistress, she's
my favorite.
Wonderful human being. She was amazing. I wish she was real. I wish she was a real person. I want to meet her. She's amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, just that how much she cares about them and how she just sees through all the bullshit, and she knows exactly what all of this means for them, for her. It's just... And again, she's amazing.
Comparing it to Mona Lisa Smile, where they're taking like etiquette classes and whatnot. In this movie, they're taking sciences and biology and chemistry, and it was just really refreshing.
Yeah, it really was. It just, yeah. I love it. I was worried. I was really worried that we'd watch it again, and it was stupid.
It would not like live up to what we remember,
and it would be really shitty. And I
your confidence is shaken after Stella.
Stella. I listened to like the whole episode last week. I'm just like, I'm such a butt. Or like on the weekend, Joel was working on the next episodes. While he did that, I listened to the other one.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just such a pouty little Debbie
Downer. You were pretty pouty.
I just was so excited for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know exactly that feel.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
And
there's going to be more of those in our future. It's fine.
But it was our first time where we watched a movie with the movie girl's intent, and we did not get what we thought we were getting. And it's just the first time that it happened. It'll happen more. You know, we're going to pick something that neither of us have seen before.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to work out because that's life. It was just the first time, and I wasn't prepared, and I didn't expect that to be the movie that was going to not work out.
Be like me, have low expectations of everything and everyone, and you'll never be disappointed. No one will ever let you down because they've already let you down.
Because they never let you up. Gosh. But yeah, I'm so happy that this worked out, and we just really, really liked it because it was great.
Do you want to hear
Yes.
the director's thoughts about Harvey Weinstein and some interesting points about this movie's release?
Yes. Please, yes, thank you.
Okay, so I read this interview where this guy asked her about Harvey Weinstein because this movie was a Miramax release. That was Harvey Weinstein's, what do you call it?
Production company.
Yeah, I was going to be like label, but no, that's wrong. So he said to her, how did you deal with his thuggish behavior? She said, I tried my best to play along because he was such a loose cannon. He scared the shit out of me. But what was even scarier was his constantly trying to recut the movie for young males. And that's not who I made the movie for. I made it for girls, and for some reason he decided there was no such thing as marketing for girls. You have to get the boys in there instead of girls. I had no idea why not. But at a certain point, a producer tried to protect me by saying, we're not going to make any more changes. That happened after he took out a crucial scene that I miss to this day. That was very frightening, but I went through with it. We finished the film, and then he refused to release it. It was open in Canada, where it was filmed several months prior, when it was supposed to open in New York. Obviously, the young girls could be marketed to, and the Canadians showed the way, but Harvey just plopped another film in my slot and took my theaters. They were so anxious to get rid of it, and that was that. Everybody begged him, including Nora Ephron, one of the producers, to at least release it in New York and LA so it wouldn't go straight to video. And he said, well, sure, who's paying for it? I paid for 1 week in one theater in New York, and that's all I could afford, so that's what it got. It got its reviews, getting a few blurbs for the video cassette, but that was all Harvey's fine work. I am among the legions of filmmakers whose work he had destroyed. In my case, he destroyed my directing career. It was impossible after that because women only got one chance. The rare time a woman did get to direct a film, she had one shot. If it wasn't a success, there wasn't going to be another one. Which we've heard before with the director of, or the writer and director of Thelma and Louise. She said the same thing. Mm-hmm. Women often only get one shot, and if that film's a bust, they don't get another film made for God knows how many years, whereas men will get all of the chances thrown at them.
Yeah.
Because, it's easy for people to say, like, well, if you want it, you have to create it. But, okay, great. I would love to create it. Give me the fucking chance and the opportunity. I just thought that was so interesting, right? Because you brought up the fact that, like, how do we even hear about this movie back in the day? Because it had a very limited release.
Oh, yeah, because it was only released in Canada and Seattle. So I said, like, it makes, I guess I can see how you would have found it being in BC, because you're close to Seattle. Vancouver's pretty major, but how the fuck did I get it in Saskatchewan? I have no idea. I don't remember how we.
And I never saw it in theaters. I saw it on video.
Yeah, I'm sure I rented it at the movie store. I'm positive I did.
Yeah.
So how the hell did we even find this damn thing?
Can you believe? Yeah. Harvey Weinstein was a big
part
of why, because he wanted this movie to be marketed towards young males. And again, as we have said a million times, is that doesn't need to be a thing.
These movies fucking do well. Yeah. You don't have to prove this shit and market it to men, because women are half the fucking population, and also we pay for half of the stuff then. Like, half the movies that people go to are women are going to them. Like, we show time and time again on every single movie we've done, where we can have the information on the budget and the gross profits, every movie has made more than it's spent. Everyone. Mm-hmm. Except this one, I don't know how much they spent in the first place.
We don't know how much we spent, but, like, now you can understand why it didn't do well, because it was barely in theaters. It was a blip.
She has 2 Academy Awards, for God's sake. 2 for directing documentaries. And she can't get a directing job anymore? 2 fucking Oscars this woman has.
Fuck you, Harvey Weinstein.
Oh my God. I mean, because he's not the only one. He's just the only one that is really been caught. Yeah, and has been really exposed. I mean, he was a big baddie. Like, he was definitely, like,
but not even level. I mean, sexually, yes.
Yeah, but and also just creatively and
in every way that he could bring women down, he did, and he would, and he sounds like a fucking terrifying monster.
And because also, and everyone, it's well, like, you don't have to let him do these things to you, and you didn't have to do these things, but I just it's so easy to say that from our couch, safe in our home. But when you're trying to do your passion and your dream and what makes your soul full, you can see how people would do anything to get that done.
Oh yeah, because this guy had a lot of power.
Like that necessarily, but if you're up against this fucking guy, and this doesn't have any mention of any of his, like, sexual misconduct.
No,
but I mean, this is the trouble that she went to without any of that shit involved. Well, theoretically, we don't know. But from this, it doesn't sound like any of that. Maybe we just don't know that side of things. But assuming from this that there was no sexual misconduct whatsoever, and this was just a professional setting, fingers crossed that was true. She, look at the tough time she had. She basically nothing happened. And this is a brilliant, brilliant movie. And that was the trouble that she received from this terrifying fucking man. Can you imagine if he comes at you, like, all grab hands and stuff?
No.
What the fuck do you do? He's terrifying not doing that. So if he does come, I can't imagine what he did to, how when he would do those things, how those women were feeling.
Yeah.
If he's terrifying like that, imagine he's his terrifying self and also coming at you with his palms wide open.
No, thank you.
Ugh. God damn.
I'm really curious what that scene was that they cut to.
Me
that
too.
She said was a crucial scene. Like,
yeah. What it?
Would it have altered the movie?
Yeah. I think it is. I think it is our flopping bunnies. I want to know.
I'm gonna make it my flopping bunnies.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought that was like, just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And insane, but so interesting. But
God,
anyway,
our world is weird.
It's weird.
It gets slightly better every day, maybe.
Does
Hopefully,
it?
I can hope so.
Well,
Right?
It'll be a little worse
No.
all the time.
It's mostly worse. Because you think that, like, after all that, like, because it definitely had that feeling when they took down Harvey Weinstein that it was like, all right, we are making strides. Like, this is the time for change. But then today, reading about that fucking stupid douche canoe in the States who.
Oh yeah, it's 1 step forward, 3 steps back. 100%.
It really is. It's like, did we not learn the things that these are bad things and don't do the things and let's punish the boys for doing the things?
Humans learn from our history? What?
Oh, God. What an absurd notion. Can you imagine?
Can you?
Ugh. What would this world be if we learned from our mistakes? Shit. It'd be probably better.
Pretty great.
Any other fun facty bits?
No, I just always get depressed.
I know. But I'm not, though. I don't know. I know. Because it's upsetting. But it's so funny because I didn't pick it for that. I mean, not that I pick things for that, but you know what I mean? It was not even in my mind because I don't remember that part of it, watching it as a kid, because I didn't know about it. It never occurred to me. And so this wasn't the intention
something
going
completely
in.
different to you now.
It really does.
As a kid, it's just like a bunch of fun teens, like...
Fun teens.
having a good time and, like, sticking up for themselves. Like, you don't even think about it in these terms. So I love when a movie has layers that you can watch 20 years later and be like, "Ooh, I got an entirely different nuances from this time around."
Yeah.
That's how you make a movie.
It's true.
That's how you do it well.
Yeah, because it still holds up and still makes you think 20 years later.
Yeah. Those are the best ones that we watch, I think.
Good job, Sarah. You're great. We love you.
We love you.
You want to make a new thing? We're going to it.
Yeah.
Fan club? Sarah's fan club? We'll learn how to say your name probably, and then we'll make a club.
Yeah. That seems like a good list of things to do in that order.
Oh, man. Yeah, so sorry for the little bummery downturn. That wasn't the intention.
No, it's necessary. That's just life.
And that's why...
We can't avoid it. We can't live in avoidance. We need to really just look at things closely and discuss them and challenge ourselves and challenge other people, because otherwise
read the things, watch the things that make you uncomfortable, because that's how you stop putting up with things that are... Because if you don't talk about them, then when you see them happening, you won't say anything.
Yeah, you don't know how to deal with them.
Yeah. First step is at least recognizing that it's happening and sitting through reading articles and watching things that are uncomfortable, so that when it happens in real life, maybe you'll make a better choice. And
then when you just get to the point where you're so depressed you want to throw yourself off a bridge, just go, like, visit some kittens.
Yeah, go to the cafe. The cat-fe. Those kittens will climb on you.
Oh.
You won't want them to, but you don't get a choice because they're kittens.
They're kittens. They do what they want.
Yeah.
And
you can't
women could take a lesson from rambunctious kittens and just, like...
Get your joy. Yep. They wanted to climb all over us and chase each other, so they did. I asked them not to do that. They did not listen. I mean, they are also cats, but...
so silly.
Yeah, they're so cute. So final thoughts. Tiffy, Did you like it?
I loved it.
Me too. Who would you recommend this for?
Oh my goodness. I would love to like call up my friends that I used to have sleepovers with and be like, dude, do you remember this movie that we used to watch? I need you to watch it again. Like, it's so fucking good.
It really is.
I love that you thought of it because I probably would never have thought of this movie again unless I like saw it pop up on Netflix or something. I just like, it would never have occurred to me. And like as soon as you said it, I didn't know what you're talking about, and then I looked it up and I was like, shit. You see the little like promo poster because we used to rent video cassettes from the video store. That's how things used to work. So you would always see the
cover case.
The cover, yeah. And I just saw that. I was like, fuck. Yes. It just took me right back.
It's so good. I've never owned it. I need to find it. I'll make Joel buy it for me.
Yeah.
I'll buy it myself. It just...
You don't need no man.
I don't need no man. But you know he's in charge of the money because I need Dad's permission. No, I'm just kidding. It's joint. I do what I want. Fuck you.
Hey, make the patriarchy pay for your feminist
my
films.
Feminist films. Yeah, Joel, you will buy me this movie. Ha! Show you what's what and whatnot. I think it's also good too I think guys should watch this. It's really fun.
Well, it's marketed for men, so.
Well, that's true. It is marketed for men.
It is for the men.
It's not for women.
No.
It's for men. Thank you, Harvey White.
No, everybody should watch this.
Yeah. It's kind of neat to see this side of... I wonder if all guys see that. This really kind of shows exactly what we're riling up against and what we're fighting against is losing our voice and losing who we are because men always come first and they just never see it. And I feel like...
Well, that's the thing. It's like us watching films about minorities or say the Joy Luck Club. Like, we can watch it. We're never going to fully understand it, but we definitely need to watch it. So same goes for men with women's issues. You can...
Yeah.
You may not ever fully understand it, but you can definitely watch and do your best to empathize a little bit on some scale.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be.
To learn. And we make sure to watch things like that. Mostly because, I mean, they're really good. They're great films. But get out of your own bubble. Get out of your bubble of whatever is comfortable and easy and regular for you. And, you know, that's part of your everyday world. And challenge yourself with something else. Think about something different. Think about somebody else and someone else's way of life and what they've gone through. And bring that into your own world. That's how, again, that's what stories are for. And that's how we learn and grow as human beings.
Yeah.
Don't just watch your own stories. Watch somebody else's stories. Become a bigger, fuller human.
That's nice.
What mood should you be in to watch this?
A punch mood.
A punch mood?
Honestly, any mood. If I was in a bummer mood, I would want to watch this because I think this is something that would really easily lift me out of that. Mm-hmm. Or if I'm sad, or even if I'm happy and I want to be happier and laugh, like, shit. Yeah, there's no mood for this film.
Any and all moods. I'm
just be alive.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm totally going to make Joel watch this tonight when he gets home. This is going to be our movie tonight.
Tonight?
Totally.
You're hilarious. Okay, let me know what he says.
I love it. I've watched it. Like, I was telling Tiff, I don't know if I said it at the top. Whatever, I'll say it again. Fuck you guys. This is my podcast. No. Ours. It's yours.
I think you just said it to me.
I just said, yeah, that's fine. I used to, like, I'd rent this when I was a kid. Because I think when 98 I was 11. Mm-hmm. 11. So you do the math. I was 11 or 12 whenever it came out on video, and I'd walk down to the video store. What was it called? Something stupid in Martinsville. Anyway, but I would rent it, and then I would Ye old video store. Cassette rental location. But I would rent this, and then I'd watch it, and then I'd finish and be like, I really enjoyed that. I could watch that again. And then I would.
And then you would.
And then I would actually watch
it
back
for what, like 2 to 5 days. So you had to get your money's worth.
You did.
And watch it as much as you could. Because, like, who knows when you get another chance to rent. Yeah. Can I just say, like, something I really, really miss is going to the video store and renting a fucking movie. That was my favorite thing to do. I'd go every week. And I would peruse the whole damn store. I would go through all of the aisles. I'd start in the new releases. And then I'd go to the horror. And then I'd go through everywhere. And I'd pick however many movies my parents would allow me to buy. I'd probably beg for more. Just based on, like, the case. I would look at every single case and try to, like, figure out the story and what looked interesting. And you bring it home and you watch it with the family. And it was, like, my favorite thing to look back on, which is one of the reasons why I love doing this podcast. Because it's a chance to get together with somebody and, like, watch a movie and discuss it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It was a
make a
whole
snack.
thing. It
It's
was a
an
whole
event.
weekend. It was an event.
Yes, and this is an event.
But for me, I think I actually enjoyed like going to the movie store more so than actually like bringing home the movie and watching it. I had the best time. Like my friends and I would go and just be like hours picking out movies, and it was
it's
like
so fun.
the best.
We used to do
Anyway.
that. Yeah, like the
Fuck.
silver screen.
I
silver
really miss
something.
it.
Yeah, we used to do it all the time. Like my friend Tennille, her and I would always we'd have sleepovers on the weekends, and we'd go and because our movie store had like 3 for $3 or 5 for $5 or 7 for $7, so we get 7 movies for $7, and we just only get horror films. I know, me. I used to only watch horror films, but she now would pick out 7 scary movies, and we would watch them all night. And like all kinds. I've actually seen a lot of really like I've seen a lot of horror movies, which you wouldn't expect.
No,
because of how scared I am of things.
Yeah.
But I've seen so many weird old movies. Always like the old ones, like Leprechaun.
The old ones aren't scary. They're ridiculous.
They are ridiculous. But Children of the Corn, People Under the Stairs is probably one of my ultimate favorite movies.
Oh, you should watch it.
It's so good and so ridiculous, and I love that movie.
That's exactly what my best friend
probably
Angela
in my
and I
top
used to
10.
do. Is we would just go pick out the corniest looking horror movie,
Yeah.
and we watch it during sleepovers and just like laugh hysterically.
It was so fun.
It was the
we
best
used to do
thing.
that all the time, and even Joel and I, we used to have to do that. And when we first moved,
Well, that should be our number 2 podcast with the boys. Is just watch B horror movies. There's so many on
so good.
Prime Video.
It's true.
That's all it is.
Yeah, we used to do it when we first moved here because we didn't know anybody or knew anything. But there was a Rogers Video just up the street. So we'd go to get groceries and stuff. And we'd stop at the video store. There's a liquor store there too. We get a bottle of wine because we were, new and adults. We could do that. And we'd go back home and we'd watch movies because we didn't have any friends and we had nothing here because we just moved.
And you still don't have any friends, and you're still watching movies.
That's really hurtful.
Fuck, I love movies though.
You're supposed to love me. I'm your friend. But yeah, it's closed now. Rogers Video doesn't exist anymore. Now
It's not a thing you can do anymore. I mean, you can like scroll through your.
It's not the same.
Video subscription services, and it's not the same thing. And it's such a bummer for me to think about kids that will never get to experience that, and they probably like hear us talk about it like that sounds stupid, but it was the best. It was the best. I think we need to like bring it back, just open some stores so I can just like walk through the aisles and like pick up all the cases.
DVD
and
players or Blu-ray players anymore. It's all online, and like it's different.
I just want the store. I don't need to.
Yeah.
I just want the store.
Yeah.
It was so much
fun.
fun.
Because, like, you sit there and peruse Netflix anyway. You never pick anything. And, okay, I'm so sorry. There are 3 pigeons on our balcony, and I can't handle it right now, Tiffany. There's so many. No, they're going to shit in my flowers. You guys, just pause for a second, please. I can't. I was going to let it go.
Get out of here,
and they're, like, everywhere.
Double bird.
I can't deal with it. It just...
Oh.
Just a minute.
Get out of here, you damn
one over
kids.
there, too.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my porch, you fuckers.
And you know what else? Is that
Hold on,
now...
hold on, let me
well,
get-
I can talk. You don't need to be right there.
Oh.
Now, I feel like I know too much about movies, and that ruins the movie for me. Now, I was
Yeah.
just talking to somebody about this the other day, but my expectations are either too high or they're too low, and I'm like inevitably disappointed every single time because back in the day, you would see the trailer in the cassette, and that was it. That's all you would know about a film. You wouldn't be able to go online and read all of the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes right away and watch a bazillion different trailers. Why do we need to have so many different trailers?
I don't
Maybe
like
just
to
one
watch
trailer.
them. I watch one and then I do not watch them again because
You know
it
those
ruins
trailers that give
everything.
away the entire movie?
And you can tell. you can
you
tell
know.
that it's one of those. And I won't watch them. And I think that we almost don't even know how to create our own opinions of things anymore because we read so many articles and read so many other
My
reviews.
boyfriend won't go see a movie unless it's got like at least a 70% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. But it's like, but what if that's something that would really appeal to you just because it didn't appeal to the masses?
Somebody else. And like, no offense, boyfriend, I love you very much. You're such a sweet baby angel. But what a missed opportunity to find something special that you love that you are missing out on.
Oh, so many movies that I love are things that people have like never heard of. Like, what is that?
Nobody's
I'm like,
ever heard of it. Everyone I tell about this movie, I have like, you're like the first one.
Well, to be fair, it's got 3 different names that like.
It's true.
It's
but, like,
very
it's one of my
confusing.
favorites. So many of my favorite movies, nobody knows what they are. But we also, we don't go to things unless the reviews are good or we'll read them all beforehand. It's like, just go and make your own fucking opinion on it.
And sometimes
if
a
it
movie
sucks,
can
it
be so
sucks.
bad it's good.
Hello, The
I
Room.
love bad movies. I love The Room. That's a great film.
It's terrible. I hated it, so I can't get into it. But yeah, I think just Yeah, bring back movies. Yeah, you spend all this time looking on Netflix, you never pick anything anyway. But the movie store, you do the exact same thing, but you have to come home with something because otherwise there's nothing to do. So you pick something.
You pick something, and then you have to pay attention to it because you paid money for it. And you don't have a phone to distract you. You would just sit there and watch it because that's all you could do.
And you got to make popcorn, and it was a great time. We used to
best.
have. Oh my gosh, I forgot. So in grade 8. Like a bunch of it was this weird thing that turned into some sort of like club. It was like the movie night club.
Ooh.
And there was like 8 or 10 of us, and we just rotate people's houses, and like there would be like boys and girls. Like somewhere 8 or 10 of us, and we'd all
What
go
did
to
you
different.
call it?
I don't know. It was
The
like
movie people club?
It was like the movie club something.
Oh,
I don't know.
the movie club. Okay.
I can't remember. We called it something, or we ended up, but we didn't mean to.
Cute.
But it wasn't actually a thing. It just happened to be the same kind of group of friends.
Yeah.
But apparently people that weren't invited, not that we weren't inviting people, were all like really bummed that they didn't get to go to the thing, and we didn't realize it was a thing.
Yeah.
We would just go to everyone's house, a new house every weekend, and we'd watch a new movie.
I love it.
And I loved it. That's what we did on like Friday nights, is we'd go to your house, and then we'd go to my house, then we'd go to somebody else's house, and we'd all go, and we'd host a movie thing, and it was so much fun. I loved it.
Cute.
Yeah, and my house kind of sucked because our VCR was getting shitty, so after sometime like halfway through, it would just like stop.
Do you remember tracking?
Yes, it would do the tracking thing. And it would just like cut out and go blue screen, and you have to like restart it again. And the whole annoying thing. But then mine has the best snacks. I make the best popcorn. I still make the best popcorn. So, hit and miss.
Oh, man.
But like that's such a fun thing that everyone goes and watches a movie together. And now we all sit at home and watch it on Netflix separately and then talk about it later because you can watch it alone.
Oh my god, yeah, that's weird.
We're less social than we used to be. We're more vocal and less social, I guess. Like, because you can go on the internet and spew off wherever you want.
Yeah.
But nobody talks to each other. And
you don't get to do any of it in the moment. It's all...
Yeah.
I let my opinions become colored by other people a lot. Mm-hmm. When you're talking about something, they'll be like, well, I didn't like it because of this. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. I guess,
right.
You know what, I guess I didn't like it either, but I thought I did like it, but I guess not. And it's just, it's a strange world we're living in.
And that's part two why I love that maybe you guys don't know, we record this immediately after we watch the movie. I mean, we have a little pee break, let's be honest. But then we record it right after. We don't plan it out. We do research beforehand, sometimes during, whatever, and then we do this right immediately.
If you're me.
Every
Every time.
I'm learning that it's okay, and I have to stop being a control freak.
No, it's
getting there. But you guys get our immediate reactions to things right away before we have time to find out everyone else's opinions. We just have our own. Which is why sometimes it's weird or giggly or who knows what.
Yeah.
And why it sometimes takes a dark turn. Or we talk about video cassettes.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I think I started that, but
It's great, but that's why it's fun.
It's so much fun.
So maybe this week's homework, everybody go and watch a movie with friends.
Everyone go to Rogers Video, rent 2 new releases for $7.99, and then 7 old movies
For $7.
for $7.
You
And watch them all, but you need to return them. Well, the new releases you only have for 24 hours or what the fuck ever.
It's true. And you know what? Be kind.
And
Please
pay those
rewind.
late charges. Yeah, that's a good point. Be kind, please rewind. I mean to cut you off, but late charges, man.
Yeah.
What's the last question?
Well, we asked about the mood. This is the official question. How would you rate this?
I would rate this 2 warm pocket Midals out of 2 stolen Cokes.
That's a perfect score.
It is a perfect score.
That's 2 for 2.
What would you rate this?
Oh my god. I'm so happy with that one.
I just thought of it.
I love it. This is amazing.
Because everyone knows that Midol and Coke.
When I was a kid, I didn't know what Midol was.
I didn't know what Midol was either.
I think I may have had my period, but Mom did not buy Midol. You were not a Midol family. You had to have money to have Midol.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I had no concept of Midol probably till a couple years ago.
We had the Costco-sized bottle of ibuprofen. Because it was so much cheaper. You get so much. It's a better value for your dollar.
Okay, great.
That's not a judgment on my mom.
Is Big Pharma paying you for this?
Well, it was Costco brands, Kirkland.
Kirkland's Big
Can we
Pharma.
please get a Kirkland sponsorship? That'd be amazing. Imagine all the things we'd...
for those Costco-sized cramps.
I don't think I have a rating because that's
my
great.
Costco-sized vagina. It's like a hot dog down a hallway. I think the punch just kicked in.
Sorry about it.
Can I have some more?
Yes, you can.
We actually drank like the whole thing.
Most of the punch. I mean, most of the punch, to be fair, was ice cubes. Tiff put in literally 24 ice
making me
cubes
laugh.
in one
trying to hold this
like
still.
jug of punch. It was 2 full ice cube trays.
That's what punch is. It's 90% ice cubes.
You pulled your glass away.
I didn't know you pulled the picture.
I didn't know.
You 100% did. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.
We probably should have ended this at least 2 minutes ago.
At
We
least
didn't.
20 minutes ago.
Sorry about it. This is a rambler. We went from like 20 minutes each episode and we jumped up like 45.
Well, because we haven't seen each other
But
in
then
like a week, so we really
just
had
on
to catch up.
vacation.
Sorry.
Yeah, so we were like 45 minutes and then Stella went down to like 20 because we didn't like it.
We didn't like
I
it.
think last week's is normal. This one's going to be way up
Well,
there
let's just say
again.
Joel's got his work cut out for him.
He
Sorry,
really
Joel.
does. We should have one next week.
Well, this
Then-
one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then I'm on vacation.
Then Teal's on vacation. We may be on a
We
hiatus.
might have a hiatus. We're going to try and pump one out next week. We'll see what happens. Either we'll see you next week or we'll see you like in a bit when we feel like it.
Yeah, like 2
2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3
We'll
weeks.
see.
Who
We'll
knows?
let you know.
You know what?
Whatever.
We like to keep you on your toes.
Well, it's summer and we'll get to it when we
Get
get
out
to
of
it.
my jog. It's none of your flopping bunnies.
None of your flopping
You know what?
bunnies.
Shove a ziggy up your wawa.
Up your ziggy with a wah-wah brush.
That's what it is.
Eh.
Shit. I'm buzzed. Goodbye.
The punch is punching back. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Bye. Love you. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're still on because
I always think it stopped recording, and I'm like, you
No,
fucking... I quit. You know what? I quit.
Yeah,
You can record this on your own. This will be the movie Girl, starring Teal, and it's just you talking to yourself.
That sounds like
I
would
give a
listen
shit.
to that.
It sounds like a dream. You would listen to
I
that.
would listen to myself talk. It's true. Crap. No, stop. I said stop. Why are you not?
Everyone is shit.
Everyone
Let
is
that
shit.
be the takeaway today.
Let it be that.